Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. You know, I don't use any of those commercial toothpaste. They're really not good. Now even they have plastics in them. So, wow, this is not good. Also, they have titanium dioxide in it, which is a heavy metal. No, that's a whitening agent in them, and most of them. Also, uh, fluoride in a lot of them, which is we know now is a neurotoxin that came out a while back, and so it's really not good. It's a toxic agent. There's no doubt about it. And you can't help but you swallow just a little bit of that all the time, and it accumulates and causes problems. So I make my own. That it's so easy, and it actually will save you money. Is anytime we can save money, it's a great thing. So anyway, I start out with baking soda. This is the new packaging for baking soda, in fact. But I pour that into a big bowl. Pour that in there, and then I add coconut oil, about 3 tablespoons. But you're gonna have to feel out the consistency that you like, because everybody, if you put too much in, it feels really oily. If you put not enough in, it feels kind of gritty. So you play with that, because this is your toothpaste. So you want it exactly the way you want it to be. So, and then start mixing it around with a little bit of water. Put a little water in there, and once you get that mixed up, and then add some flavoring. And now, flavoring for me, I love like lemon emulsion or extract, and put a small amount in, depending on how powerful the extract is. Also, it could be mint, or I tried vanilla and cinnamon and all kinds of different things I've tried. You could do just about anything. An extract is really works well. So anyway, try that. You could put myrrh in there, which I talked about a week ago, which is also great. Tea tree oil is really great. Put in about 30 drops of tea tree oil. It doesn't have. This is not rocket science. You don't have to be perfect. Put a little bit of that in there and mix that up. Um, I've also added other herbs. You could put turmeric in there if you wanted, but it's going to leave a little bit of yellowness to everything. So I tend not to go that way. Uh, Also, lots of people use mint, of course. Mint is wintergreen also, and lots of different flavorings. So you can choose whatever you like in a way of different flavoring. You're going to have to put some water in this, because it just doesn't mix otherwise. And then put some water in it and mix it up. Sometimes I use the blender. Now you can put it in the blender and blend it up. I'm trying to not use the blender as much as possible, because sometimes I'm thinking that we have to try to use less electric things as much as possible, because we might have another hurricane coming in the season, and we have to learn to be doing with less. So it's important that we try to minimize the electronics as much as possible. So anyway, blend it all up and pour it into a glass or plastic jar with a tight-fitting lid. And after a while, you'll start to see it settle. You'll see the white part of the baking soda start to come down to the bottom a little bit. And then there will be a layer of water. Now pour that off at the top. And then you have a nice paste, which is really great. And you can use that in a big one of these containers. Will end up lasting, like, depending on how much a person uses, anywhere from 1 to 3 months. So it's pretty economical. I mean, it's pretty amazingly economical. These are like $1, 39, 69, 79, depending on where you go. And coconut oil is pretty inexpensive. And if you didn't put anything else in there, that would be pretty inexpensive whatsoever. I mean, and really healthy. And if you want to go with organic, you know, baking soda, that's great too. You're going to be spitting it out, so you're going to get a little bit of it, but not too much. And so it's important to make your own toothpaste. I think it's really important because it's also preservatives in commercial toothpaste. You know, they have to keep that stuff fresh on the shelves for long periods of times, and there's these whitening agents and all these different things. And I think they're just all these chemicals are not good for anybody. And so it's really important that we try to go back to being super simple as much as possible. And I don't know if you knew about what happened here lately, but it was a big article that came out about showing on the BBC showing that plastic water bottles have little bits of plastic and micro bits of plastic in it also. So I would rather, try to stay away from plastic as much as possible. This is the new packaging for the baking soda. It's plastic. I have to recycle it, of course, but I love the old paper box, which was really great. And I think that we ought to use paper as much as possible. And we take glass and recycle it and reuse it and repurpose it. That's really important. And so we can make our own toothpaste. And I highly recommend that you do that and make a difference in your life and in your pocketbook. With the price of everything going up, especially food and especially the accoutrements that we have to have, for living life, is including toothpaste, I think it's really important that we save money as much as possible. And so try to enjoy a natural toothpaste as much as possible. Some of you will think, oh, it's a little gritty. Then add a little more coconut oil to it. Then it won't be as gritty. And if you really put it in something like a Blendtec blender or a Vitamix or something like that, you can get rid of that. You can emulsify it so much that it's like regular commercial toothpaste. Really great. So try and make your own wonderful toothpaste, and it will do your body good. There's no doubt about that. I have actually seen a lot less tartar with using this toothpaste because it does actually kind of move into the little areas and help to remove that. I think I've actually even used baking soda by itself. And that was the original toothpaste, tell you the truth. And, tooth powder, way back in the 1900s, early 1900s, it was just mostly tooth powder. It was mostly just baking soda with a little bit of flavoring powder put into there. And so it was very simple. I like it with the coconut oil in it and mixed up because I think it is better on the gums. And so you can do it that way also, and I think that's the best way to go. And so if you have any other ideas or you special ways that you do your toothpaste, let me know. I'd like to hear about it. And also try to stay away from plastic as much as possible because plastic is becoming a monster. We have in every ocean we have this state of Texas size bunch of plastic is down there, and it's killing off life everywhere. And also, it's in every cell in our body now, in every cell, and it creates what's called xeno-estrogen in our body, and this starts playing havoc with our hormonal system. And so, it's really important to drink water only out of glass, ceramic, and stainless steel. Those three, which are really important. And also, for as far as water is concerned, I recommend reverse osmosis, which is really good. It's what they use on cruise boats and things like that to remove salt from the seawater so you have H2O. It goes through a membrane and removes everything else. And it is the best of the best. There's no doubt about that. Even kidney doctors recommend it for their dialysis patients. So it's really, really, really great stuff. And then put it into ceramic or glass or stainless steel and put it in the fridge. And it's really, really great. They cost about $200. You can buy them at Home Depot and Lowe's and all these different, home stores. And if you're not handy, you can have a plumber hook it up. It is pretty simple, really. And it really doesn't need any maintenance because it back flushes itself and gets rid of everything in the filter. So we've had ours probably about 8, maybe 9 years now, and it's still going strong. Eventually, sometimes the tank, they has about a 3.5, 4 gallon tank, maybe less, maybe 2.5, 3 gallon tank, and sometimes they start to rust after a while, so you'll have to replace your unit. But if you get 2, 3, 4 gallons of water every day, that's a lot of water, and it'll pay for itself in no time. And so that's really the best. Also, and the next best I like is the Berkey water filtration system, which is a really simple device. It's stainless steel. It has an upper portion and a bottom portion. You can find them on Amazon and eBay and everywhere. They come in small sizes. We have a 2.25 gallon uh, filter. We have the reverse osmosis in this one. We keep this one in case something happens and water pressure goes down and you don't, well, there no water pressure, you can't use the reverse osmosis. It works on water pressure. So this is a nice gravity feed, and it takes out 190 some different chemicals and particles and organisms and all kinds of different things, and it really does a great job. And so and it has 2 filters or up to 4 filters in it, and they work to make 6,000 gallons of water. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Our little 2.25 gallon filter with 2 filters inside there look like they're charcoalish looking filters that screw in the inside of it. One set of 2 filters will actually, which costs about $100 for that 2 sets, will go for 6,000 gallons of water. And eventually the filters just clog up and you can't use it anymore, and that's when you know you have to buy new filters. But 6,000 gallons, is a lot of water. So that is a great water filter system, and you don't have to rely on water pressure at all. And they make them very small, like our water filter that we have. Now I've seen them up to 5, 6 gallons, and they look like great big coffee urns. And they even have a little guide on the outside that tells you how much water you have left as far as filtered water going on inside. So that's something to think about there. There's a couple things to think about then. Using baking soda as your base for making a wonderful toothpaste, and then getting rid of the plastics in your life, which is really important. I think that's vital, and I highly recommend, if you're not doing it now, please start recycling. It's important. Also, the type of water that you're drinking, and like I said, drink out of stainless steel, ceramic, or glass, and you'll have a lot less problems. Reverse osmosis, or like the Berkey water filter system, or some other water filter system, I don't really care, as long as you're getting rid of all the stuff in your water. We have a lot of toxins. In fact, where my mom lives, they can't even drink the water because there's so much fertilizer in the water that it's toxic. So it's really important that we make sure that our water is really good. And buying water in plastic is expensive, and it's not good for us. And so we have to find another alternative. And those plastic bottles are everywhere. And I don't think it's good for the environment. We find them in the deep ocean. They find them on the edge of lakes. They find them on the side of the road. They find them everywhere. And we need to make a great change towards something better and more simple. In fact, they have plastics which are made out of bioavailable and biodegradable agents like corn and corn stalks and all kinds of different things. And they work great, but it's just about economics. So allow yourself to move in that direction and try to put that pressure on people in politics to move us in that direction. We need to get rid of plastics as much as possible. And they do have their place in medicine and different things like that, but we need to make a difference and make a change. So remember, I love you. And if you care to make a donation, that's really great. It's down below. If you want to get a hold of me and ask questions about water filters or making toothpaste, that's great. My phone number is there. My email is there. My Skype is there. Some of you have been trying to Skype me. I didn't notice that my Skype was off. Some of you sent me a few invitations, so I just got caught up today. I didn't notice it was off. Anyway, but remember, all my consultations are free, and I'd love to hear from you in any way, shape, or form. Have a great day. I love you.